Dah, saya dah. Sekejap, saya rekod sekejap. Ha. Sekejap. Dia dah lock ke apa? Kau dah keluar ke apa?
Apa tu?
Kat sana?
Dia punya audio dia kena connect balik monitor.
Check balik audio tu supaya dia dengar. Saya tak keluar tau sebab dia masih lagi
Yan Lu, Eza. Good afternoon. We're back in session. Thank you very much, guys, for coming back. How was your lunch? Hey, how was your lunch? Eza, did you have a good lunch?
Right. Not yet.
Let's continue what Chai. Do I get your name correctly? Chachi?
Chachi.
Chachi was saying about. I'm impressed to hear that advertising companies pay a lot more than what being traded for A4 at work.
Yeah.
I know advertising companies pay a lot more than the ordinary guy in the street.
Yep.
Of course, you're talking about a particular, let's say, Malay market. You can't possibly get that kind of price. Did you sell yours to advertising company?
Yeah, because there's my daily jobs, I would say. Yeah, because most of my projects come from agency and design studios, some brand company. Yeah. Maybe it's because of the connections and network I gained my previous agencies, the connections that I can still keep in touch, that they're still there is still notice that I'm still working on like illustrations besides exploring my personal work. So actually, it's both things running. One side is the commercial part that, for example, my works is to fulfill what the clients want, or to answer the brief, be it in visuals, animations, storyboard, things that my job scopes cover. But another side, for another business, I mean, as an artist, it's different things for me. Because
Are you still doing?
one side is, one side is for living. Another side is to achieve the dream, I guess. The dream, the things that I really want to do as an artist. Yeah, what's the purpose and what can I give maybe to the society or to the industry as an artist, besides being an illustrators, working commercial illustrations? Because one side is always servicing. What if I have no jobs from agency, if the agencies are not doing well? Yeah. But another side, for personal works, it's all about the artist itself. We sell our value, we sell our things that we think we want to share to the public. Is at least different things. Yeah, but there's always a connections between the commercial side and the personal work. Yeah, it's always relates to each other. So I think I'm not sure how other artists think, because some artists they are very kind of like offended when I say I do some commercial advertising works, because part of the reason is because maybe because the stylings and the market is totally different. And some they like to do fans art, comic arts, which I think is kind of underrated. I mean the price range itself, because the work is very, very impressive. And when I say that if you sell this to as a commercial work to agencies or brands, you can mark up the price like 10 times. And they feel surprised, and they couldn't imagine it in their industry, because the industry, I mean the market they are working in is this, but outside is this, like this big. So yeah, so it's I think it's mindset shifting from being just a art producer to become a business owner. Yeah, it's totally different mindset I do. One is keep producing, but one is you produce, but you also manage the things, the business. Yeah, that's one of my opinions and some experience I can share. Because I find a lot of friends here kind of started pricing. Some challenge when I price my projects when the budget is not allowed. Yeah, but if we see it as a long term, and if I think that the client is potential and it can provide me projects in long term, then we can like balancing in between. Because once I really can see the potential, I really can see that project can secure my next year plan. Yeah, maybe 1/3 of my revenue. Yeah. So and when that's secure, meaning that I can spend more time to do my personal work. Yeah. But both of this is actually time consuming. There's no, we really have to work like every day. There's no like I don't work during weekend. Yes, we can, but after you don't work in weekend, means that you need to speed up to catch up what you have left out. Yeah. So for me, yes, work-life balancing. We are artists. We need like daily life inspirations and tiny ideas. We can't just keep working. We still live and relax. Yeah, it's a very natural thing. But working and the passions is, I mean, like working, if you see the work, it's like, oh, I'm just work and earn. But in our side, you see as this is things that I do for living, but to support the dream that I want to achieve, that is a different mindset for me. Yeah. So we will, maybe we will do something different or something we don't like. Yeah, away from what we always do. Maybe we will feel not insecure. Let's say insecure is out of our comfort zone. Yeah, out of our comfort zone to do something different. But it's a good thing that when we feel afraid, because it's something that people never tried before. It's very normal to worry that whether your artwork is getting a good response from the public, because it's a new experiment. No one that has done before. So I feel that the feelings of being insecure and afraid is a very good things that to push our boundary and the limits. Yeah. Go further. Yeah.
Ah, thank you very much.
So,
At least I know what's going in your head. That security. If you want security, you don't have to do anything. No, you keep going on doing the same thing that you're doing.
Yes.
You could be successful, or you could just remain the same. But if you want to take the risks, then you can change your life, because you're moving, as you said, your mindset, you're changing mindset really, from one particular mindset to the next. Let me go on with you. What I want to do this afternoon is talk a bit about art entrepreneurship. Then we come back to you again, each of you, to react to what Chai Chi has said just now. Jeff, can I have the slides, please, on art entrepreneurship? So we want to come back to you later on. Now, let me talk to you about what we mean by art entrepreneurship. So if you're going to modify your life, change your life, maybe art entrepreneurship is the answer for you. What do I mean by art entrepreneurship? Let's see the next slide. I've sent this slide to you before. So why do we need art entrepreneurship? Why do you need art entrepreneurship? Well, artists may be more successful if they were more entrepreneurial. This is what Chai Si is saying, that you have to be more entrepreneurial to make your life more successful, more meaningful. If you keep staying to the same, keep the same mindset, don't go anywhere, don't get beyond your particular boundary, don't move out from your comfort zone, you could never be successful. And that's what my case early on. Ruben was fine if he wanted to continue be a student in Germany. But no, he decided to go on to Rome and spend 8 years there copying the work of Italian masters, and came back, lo and behold, with a new style, absolutely different from what other people have seen. So that is innovation, a key element to entrepreneurship. So what does entrepreneurship really mean? What does it offer? Why is it important? It's potential to help you, the artist, make a living from your own creativity, from your own artistry, from your own skill, your own talent. They talk about IR 4.0 now, Industrial Revolution 4.0. Things will change. You go to the supermarket now, you have less and less of the cashier. They're being replaced by machines. Eventually, the forecast is there will be less doctors because the machine can diagnose better than a human being. There will be less pharmacists because the moment you know your diagnosis, the right medicine will be given to you. So pharmacists will be gone. There will be less mechanic because the car, so off, go into the workshop, repair by itself. But there will never be an end to artists and creativity. You will be much needed in the next 21st century. You will not fade away because artists are the source and the antenna of society. The future belongs to the artists. Creativity cannot be replaced by a machine. Creativity cannot be replaced by AI. Creativity cannot be replaced by man-machine that's coming in the next generation. Future humans will be partly machine, partly human. It's happening now because many people have sort of organ replacement and all sorts. So you live for a long time, but you'll not be like the current human being. If you're interested in this, you can read a few of the latest books on the subject, which I am really, really fascinated about. Let's go on to the next slide. So, art entrepreneurship increases your chances of success. That's what we want to do in this program. Increase your chance of success. We don't guarantee, but it has to increase. So it also decreases the risk connected to your career in the arts. And that's what art entrepreneurship promises to do. And I promise to help you there. But I cannot guarantee you. There's no guarantee in nothing. But I have seen where, because of going through this program, for example, you're looking at the picture that I mentioned last week of a rooster that belonged to my favorite student in the first group called Bob Sopan. Of all names, he came and said, Bob Sopan. He came to me with this painting. Doc, how do I sell this? So he gave me a price. I said, let me see how it's done. What's the story behind it? I don't really have a story, but I paint, you know, I thought it's nice, but I said you have to build a story around. So what the story I built, I told you the champion rooster in the traditional of Malay cockfighting I told you last week. And I told this guy, Ron, sold to this guy, Ron from the US. He fell in love with the painting and the story that goes behind it, how traditionally in Asia, they had this session where they sharpen the nails of the rooster and they put them into a cage fighting like two champions. So this is a champion rooster. And this champion rooster now lives in Los Angeles, outside Universal Studios somewhere. And Ron is a very successful millionaire. He said the painting brought him luck, so to say. What do you say? Okay, next one. There's a story you tell connected to that. So what does arts entrepreneurship mean? And here I borrow from the definition of Professor Hart, who's also a friend of mine, in the Society for Art Entrepreneurship Education, or SAE, in a conference I participated last year. So it is the creation of opportunity and value with intent to profit financially, socially, or otherwise. Why do I say socially? Because there is such a thing as social entrepreneurship through the assumption of risks and effort. Now, you have to have some risks, you have to put some effort. You have, of course, to have a value created, associated with the opportunity. And this value created is, of course, art. Art is the value. You are a producer of art work, and you are an entrepreneur in the arts. We don't teach anything else in this course. We don't teach hairdressing, don't teach coffee shop management, we don't teach hawker store. No, I don't do that. If you want to do that, you don't need this program. You can go and open a store, you'll be successful. But if you are going to go into art entrepreneurship, it takes a bit of trials and tribulation. But if other people can do it, you can. Are we clear on this definition? Yes? Any question? Okay, let's assume that you're clear. There are 5 elements in there: creation, value, profit, risk, and effort. All entrepreneurs, everybody does this. If you're talking about risk and effort, any businessman who starts a business is taking a risk. He has to put an effort to it. He has to think of nothing else but profit. That's what a businessman does. You have to bring value to the industry. If your entrepreneurship wants to be successful, it has to be something else. It has to have a different idea, something that you solve through your innovativeness to make the society appreciate your contribution. So the value here is the art you bring to the society. Jeff, let's go on, next one. Let's discuss value or creation in the first place. We'll see in the next slide. Creation is all artists to create things. Jeff, are you with me? Can I have the slides, please? Okay. Entrepreneurship is big vision, an act of creativity, very big. People come with big ideas. And so much so sometimes big ideas have to be reduced to something that's manageable. So when you create opportunities for yourself, others, economic stimulus, product, culture, and services, such as art, that's involved in the so-called entrepreneurship. Like artists, entrepreneurs create value for other people. No, you don't have, every time you say, oh, I want to be an entrepreneur. No, you have to come back with an idea first. What am I creating? What am I involved in? What am I offering people? So the same thing with art. You start with a big vision, just like Ruben did. Ruben said, I must deliver of value, something of value that people want. So he was innovative in his own style of art 300 years ago. And this is where the similarity lies. Art has not changed. The process of creating art is the same. You and Ruben are no different in the process of creation. It's a piece of paper, a piece of canvas, and lots of colors. Believe me, at that time, colors did not come in tubes. They have to be made, crushed crystal and everything else to make the color that go on the wall. Can you imagine the moment you think about 15 feet tall and 11 feet wide, you have to think of how much you have to grind to put the color on it, and how tall you need the scaffold to stand up on it, and be consistent about it as well. So that's the creation he has. It's a big thing. That's picture-wise. But you have to think in the act of creativity that all entrepreneurs have. They always start with the vision of solving a problem for the customer. What did Ruben solve? Ruben solved the need or feel the need of huge altarpieces in big grand palaces throughout Europe. And that's what he delivered. Over lunch, my partner told me he copied the work of Michelangelo, but I agree with him. That's what he did for 8 years. But he brought to Europe, modified it to suit the needs of his customer at that time, 300 years ago. And can you imagine? If you do now, you go to Europe, you take a picture, you come back and you blow out, and if you're creative enough, you blow on the wall, you repaint the same thing. It's okay. But he has to copy from a huge thing into a small booklet, small notebook, and take back to Europe and blow it up again onto the screen. Now, we could that a few seconds now with all us Chaiji in the advertising agency. They project onto the screen and they paint it, and there you will behold, you have a huge painting in a couple of days. And this guy did it for 33 years, 40 pieces a year. That's a lot of work. It's a huge factory. So obviously, if you are going to follow in the footsteps of Ruben, you cannot work alone. You have to have a team. As I always forget, Chia Chi said, you need a team. As she said, you need a team to work with, but creativity stays with you. So over lunch, we were saying that, what did Ruben do? Ruben has ideas, but he might not be good in painting the lion. Somebody else has to paint the lion. He has the ideas. He might be good in human figures, portraits, but the landscape, somebody else to help him, but he has the idea, the originality. Others fit in. So it's all a matter of putting a team together. That's another characteristic you must have as an entrepreneur. You need to manage a team to get going. But anyway, before that, let's go on to the next idea, Jeff. After this, it is value. Now, what is value? You look at Picasso's painting, 10 million, that's value. In terms of money, you know, money. But there's also the other thing, intrinsic value. It stirs my soul. It brings me this emotion out of me when I see this thing. I feel alive. That's what art does to some people. And there are people, collectors who buy this fancy painting, put into all he does is talk to his painting all day. He says it inspires him. It stirs emotion in him. That's a value which is captured only by the painting, transferred from the feeling of the artist onto the canvas, and from the canvas to the buyer. Why do collectors buy? Collectors buy exactly for the same. It stirs emotions. You have to create something that's emotional, soul-stirring, that make people buy work. And that comes only with your own passion about doing creative thing, about delivering something that's different. If you keep painting the same thing, that's like another person, you are just like another artist. You're similar. There's nothing special about you. That's why I say Eza just now. Are you the same as the guy in the Filipino? There is some genre, but you have to deliver a thing which is unique to you. That people, when years from now, they turn around and say, this is her, not the Filipino. All right, you follow me? Market value, Picasso, I don't know, some of them as much as 10 million. I see Picasso at live range, and I like what Picasso does, but I don't have the kind of money to pay for it. That's people see value from their wallet. That's value, but the value in the soul is a lot more than value in the pocket. But the coin that goes into the soul does not connect sometimes with the wallet. I don't have enough value in my wallet to match the value in my heart. Do you follow what I mean? The difference between the two, extrinsic and intrinsic value. I said, Yan Lu, you have not said a word today. Is that Yan Lu? Yeah, please.
Hi. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Oh.
You've been watching, but you have not said anything whole morning.
Yeah, because I'm I'm digesting the information.
Oh, okay. So what do you think? Do you see the difference between the value in terms of money, in terms of what stirs the soul, what is in your heart. Sometimes you look at something and say, wow, this is fancy value. But art is valueless. It has no price.
Mm-hmm.
Who make these prizes? To the artist, it's the process of creation, right? Something that you deliver to the audience out of your own sensibilities. It is the market that put a price to it. Or is it you that price it to cover your costs? Where is the value? I always ask this to the artists. Of what value is this? If it touches my heart, I will pay for it. But at what price? Would it be strong enough for me to take out my wallet to motivate me to pay for it? Let's go on to the next one. Think about it. Yeah. Is that your name? Yan Lo. Say something whenever you get a chance. Okay. Now, there's value. Let me go to the next slide. Now, value, this is let me explore this a bit more. Feeling, an experience, an impression. It is subjective. Maybe I see the art, the beauty of it. Most of the time, somebody may not see it, how wonderful it is, how captivating it is. So the beauty is in the eye of the beholder, so to say. In other words, it is the art itself that creates an experience, that evokes a response from the audience. Now, what kind of experience do you think that stir the emotion of the people in Europe by looking at Rubens over an altarpiece? That's what a question, if you answer that, could give you the reason to create. Or you walk into the museum and you see Mona Lisa. My wife said, when we saw it in Paris years ago, it's so small. I said, wait, it is not a big painting. It's not a huge painting, it's a small painting. But why is it so intriguing? Have you seen copies of Mona Lisa? Have you? Okay, what does it, how do you feel about it? Even the copies of it, how do you feel about it? It's so famous. Hello?
Why does? Because I heard versions that actually the Mona Lisa is the female version of the Da Vinci. There's one of the story I heard for, but I'm not sure whether it's true because it's they just make a guess that actually Mona Lisa is the female version of Da Vinci. Okay, so but I think the painting is so famous because it's a mystery because no one know what is this painting for actually. It's like a lot of different scholars go and study this painting. They want to find out who is this woman actually, and some of them they may find actually there's no woman as such Mona Lisa. So there's no one confirmation that there is a woman called Mona Lisa. So maybe it did this because of there's a lot of it's a lot of different version of what is this painting for. So it create a mystery or like the people is very curious about this painting. The story, the moral of the story. The story behind the painting. That's why it make this painting so famous.
Yeah, thank you. But my question is, you have seen the painting, right?
Yeah.
How do you feel? Never mind the story behind it.
Okay. I feel it's peaceful. Peaceful. I feel that it's peaceful for me.
Peaceful?
Yeah. Yes.
What do you like about Mona Lisa's painting?
The detail of the skin, I mean the whole the human figure, the proportion, and also the color of the skin. That's what I like. It's so realistic.
Ah, I see. That's good. So does it make you feel any different?
Mm-hmm. What you
No?
mean? Any different?
Does it stir your emotion?
Actually no.
No.
I don't really have any emotion. I just found the painting is peaceful. The smiling is peaceful.
The
Not
smile
much
is
emotion.
peaceful.
Yeah. Not
No,
much
only
emotion.
smile.
Just a very
Anybody else?
calm and peaceful.
Jesslyn, have you seen Mona Lisa? Yeah.
Yes, yeah. The unique selling point. The unique selling point might be like because it's not just a painting. It evokes emotions and it also the unique point is that wherever you go, like which angle you go, it will smile to you. It will smile to you. Because Leonardo da Vinci is not just an artist, he is also an architect. He's also well-versed in many areas. So he uses his knowledge and make it into a perspective where it will smile to you in any angle. So this is the uniqueness of it. And also wherever you go, the painting, the Mona Lisa itself will turn herself to smile at you. So that is the magic in it.
Have you seen it? The real one?
I didn't see the real one because it's at the Louvre. I
Yeah.
never fly there before. Yeah.
What you say is correct. The eye follows you from
Yes.
any angle. It
Yeah.
looks like it's following you.
Yes. Yeah.
That's the amazing part. Like Mona Lisa is always engaging you all the
Yes.
time. And that's what a lot of people say. They go to see that. They go to see her smile, which is, a fascinating smile.
Yes.
It's just like she is part of the 100 years ago and still smiling and looking at you.
Yes.
And that's what I mean about soul stirring. And that has no price to it.
Yes. Yeah.
It's in your soul. And that's what I think Leonardo da Vinci has achieved in his art. And that's what people line up. Thousands of people line up when we brought even the copy. Or National Art Gallery brought the copy here, I think 2 years ago. Everybody went. I don't know. Did you get a chance to go at that time? Did you know?
I didn't get a chance to go because I was not in town. I was rushing things. But I really would like to see if I have the chance.
Yeah. It's a long queue. Yeah. It's amazing. Okay, let me go on with the story then. So what? Yeah, we have the slides again. Thank you. Hang on, I bring a slide. So, okay, so it creates experience, evokes response. That's what intrinsic value is. Let's go on to the next one. Thank you. Okay. The extrinsic value, the value which is not in you but outside you, is what drives artists to generate income, to sustain careers. Now, it is the price. The value is related to external to the painting, a price attached to it that make the artists, that drive them to paint in order to make a living. That's the other value. The two sides to the coin of this industry. The one that drives the heart, that motivates the soul, is not the same that motivates the individual to paint. if they blend into one, it's fantastic. Most say, okay, I do this for myself, but I do this for the money. This is what Chai Chi saying.
Chai Chi.
I always go, Chai Chi saying, okay, you create something, but you don't know how much to sell. Not because you are selfish or don't want to part with their creation. Of course, there are artists who create things but don't want to part with the money, you know, we don't want to part. But the question is, here I have produced something which means so much to me. I have become attached to it. It's valueless. It's valueless because I have Brandon in group 2 or group, I can't remember, group 3. He refused to sell. I like that. I want to buy. No, this is not for sale. He says, this is not for sale. This I create and I keep. Well, how are you going to make money then? He said, no, I don't want money for that. There's no value about my creation. Well, there you go. You have intrinsic value embedded in the painting. But if you want to survive, you have to think about this, like value, the extrinsic value of the painting itself, which is the price tag attached to it. That drives people to do what they do. Artists do work for a living. Artists do create for the love of creation. And sometimes it's in the same artist. I create for my own pleasure. I create to make money to sustain myself. To the two separate issues. That's the definition of the two values. And you have to create something that people want to buy, that gives you the money. But if you want to create something for your own inner soul-searching stuff, you keep that. But if the two values meet, that's where you have Mona Lisa. But at that time, I do not know whether Leonardo da Vinci was hungry, paint something to make the money. I said there was an element of that too. He had a patron to ask him to paint, and he did paint. Because as a form of exchange. So that became a commodity as exchange for the artist to make a living. So that's the extrinsic value. Are you with us? Are you still here? I hope you're still here listening to me and making sense out of it. Next one. Okay. When they say, I teach artists to sell art, they say artists are selling out. So to the artists, profit is a dirty word. You don't make profit. It's not profiteering. But let's come down to this understanding. For example, like Chai Chi was saying just now, you this paint, you go to advertising world, you make, they pay you 4,000. Down here, you pay 150 ringgit. I create art. But why not make profit in the process? So if you're making the profit, you're not selling out. You're selling art, and art is a commodity. Let's understand that. So some purists in the industry, art is for art's sake. There are people in the National Art Gallery who have argued with me in the past that art should be for art's sake. I say, fine, you create art for the sake of art. But in the meantime, how do my art entrepreneurs survive? You tell me. Oh, they're selling out. It's no value to it. You know, there's no, it become a commodity. Art is a commodity. But just remember that you are an entrepreneur, you're selling art, you're not selling out the whole art industry, art as for art's sake. You are making a profit, but profit shouldn't be a dirty word. Profit is for you to survive. This is what I emphasize in this program. But don't think that profit is a dirty word. Don't think that you're selling out what other people in the art industry are saying. The purists are saying that you should keep this art pure. If you keep art pure, there's no income for the artist. Next one, I have another item on the profit as well. Profit is critical for you, for artists to survive. If you have some cash, you can take more calculated risks. And with the calculated risk, you have a chance to grow your own business, make it bigger. And what's wrong with that? Like, for example, I don't know, Bunga is saying there how to expand. Well, to expand, you need something to put in the, you need an oven, or what do you call kiln, to, to fire your ceramics. And that needs capital. The one that we got for Ayman was half a price of the normal price of 20,000. Not many artists have that kind of money in the pocket to go and buy a kiln, start a business for 20,000. For a normal business, 20,000 is small. If you're selling 7 to 8,000 ringgit a day, but you do not sell art at your level for that value. I have people who paint batik painting for 10,000 a piece, but that takes about 3 or 4 weeks to create. Same thing in this case. So if you have cash, you can expand the business a bit more. So don't think that profit is a dirty word. It's not. Jeff, let's go on. Next slide. So profit. Once you have sold at a higher price, you make a profit. Now the audience see as value. Because a value is in the ringgit sign or the dollar sign. A painting that's worth seen as 4,000 ringgit compared to 150 ringgit 50 cents. One is cheap painting, they are expensive painting. Expensive painting expressed in dollars and cents. And people who are looking at this are willing to take out their wallet and they vote for the value of the price of that painting in terms of the money. Or nowadays they say they vote with the credit card. So profit is a major element in order to sustain the business. That's why this word profit is in the definition of art entrepreneurship. Without profit, there's no reason to go into business. All business go clearly for the profit, unless you are a social entrepreneur who does it for non-governmental organization or non-GO, because it is not a profit organization. That one. Next slide. Okay, here is the critical factor when it comes to developing your own business and going into art entrepreneurship. It is risky. So a career in business is a risky business. You don't know whether your art will sell or not. You just create. Hopefully, it will sell. Hopefully, somebody will see it and like it. Hopefully, they'll order more. That's how we are hope. So hope and pray. Do artists pray? I don't know. But they hope a lot. They create something, hopefully somebody will like. But there lies the difference. If you create something for your own pleasure, then you don't have to hope for anything. But you have to be a good person with money to begin with to be creating something without having to sell. Or sometimes you think an audience will like this work, my work. Let's say I have keep going back to my son who plays a particular kind of music called progressive rock. Not many people in Malaysia appreciate it, but all over the world, there is a percentage of people who like his kind of work. So he makes money from that group of people. But you put progressive rock to any ordinary person, of course, They don't know what it's all about. What is prog rock? Not many people know. I didn't know until recently. Next one. These were from the first batch of, there's Mohsin, there's Yan, there's Tay. Tay went to Berlin, sponsored. Yan went to Shanghai, and Mohsin went to Prague. I arranged for the funds from ECM Libera Foundation to send them overseas for after they finish the first year the entrepreneurship program with us, YAE. We sponsor them for about 2 to 3 months art residency overseas, fully funded. So art entrepreneurship skills increase the chance of success for artists. How do we do it? I'll tell you in a minute. And and this success based on your definition of success. Okay, take Mohsin. Mohsin came to me one day. After he's gone through the interview, he was wondering, should I continue or shouldn't I continue? He came one night, called me at home, asked me to have coffee. We spent until late in the night talking about what his future would be. The ballet doesn't know this because most of the coaching, I spend time with my students outside, and we talk until the cows come home. His concern was about his success. Oh, by the way, congratulations, Mohsin. He just got married last month. I'm sure he's financially well off now. He says, you know, I create a lot of artwork, but I don't see the money because there's a third person to it. So his concern was, how do I bypass the third party in order to get the money from the hotels? So what he meant was, there were interior decorators who took his art for a lower price and sold off to the hotel at a bigger price. So much it creates frustration in him. What is it that I need to make me a better businessman? Now here's where the motivation, extrinsic motivation comes in, tying with his intrinsic motivation. Internally and artistically, he can create fantastic art, but he does not know, neither did he have the ropes to go forward to link with the hotel. This is where we provide that necessary thinking so that he can connect to make himself a better person, through networking to get to the right sources so that he can provide the artwork himself without having a middleman. And the other person is, of course, charming lady Yan. Went to Shanghai, came back with fantastic design. Now, how does that happen? What happened is she went off to Shanghai only for 2 months and saw the creation among all the artists in China. That influenced her painting when she came back. They went to Berlin and saw all this art Berlin about to finish when she got there. And she was amazed by the number of art museum they were in Berlin. And that opened up her mind about the mindset, how that she could become a better artist. All 3 of them are doing quite well now. And I believe that you intensify coaching and provide them with the strategies, the success rate will be better than those who do not have that kind of mindset or the strategy or the exposure. That's where art entrepreneurship skill will increase the chance of you being successful as artists. Next one slide, thank you. Okay, what do we offer really? I mean, what does entrepreneurship skills coaching offer? It offers you insight, just like the case of Mohsin, the case of Yan, the case of Tay. How to differentiate themselves in the market. Now, you look at this sketch by Amira, which I happen to like very much. Now, you can sketch all you want, but how do you sketch yourself into the heart of the audience? You have to be different. A sketch is a sketch. Or etching, they say, is the same. But what makes somebody like me want to buy that? What do you see? All of you are looking at it, right? Are you looking at the screen now? Yes? You see the etching, you see the drawing of Amira. What is it that will make people buy that sketch? And she put a value to it already. She won a particular prize. Why would anybody want to buy that? Whom am I looking at now? Vivian or what? Vivian?
Yes, me.
Vivian, yeah, Vivian, say something about that art. Would you want to buy that kind of art? I mean, it's a colleague. Don't be too particularly insulting or have a painting. But why would anybody put money onto that sketch?
I think it's bring back memories because I think this is some place and with friends maybe in front. So maybe it's you give some memories for the people who maybe this is college or schools front door maybe.
She never told me anything about it. There's no story to it. I remember the last session we had, you have to have a story to tell. Then people can connect. Now you're looking at something, maybe it's not there, maybe it's there. If it is something about to do with your life in the past, then you can connect to it. That would be fantastic. But if it doesn't, it doesn't. It is not like Mona Lisa, where the painting is looking at you all the time and you can connect with Mona Lisa. How do you connect with it? So you have to have that connection to make your painting or sketch saleable. Let's go back to the slide. Thank you. So we want to offer you insight into it. And what kind of insight? Insight where you can learn to budget your life. You can raise funds and sell what you have created. This morning is what we have on the third level. It's unfortunately the platform not ready. And my partner and I were talking just now over lunch. They have a good idea, but you cannot go to market unless it's finished. The platform should be ready. So for you to test it. I say, okay, I have a platform here. This is the Malaysian Art Mart, whatever it is. Now, tomorrow, you mount it, we are ready to go. But they have something very raw, very early, but I'm sure when it's ready, you can get it. So that show you how to sell what you have created. Then where do you raise funds? Most artists are poor. You go to the bank as an artist, you cannot take a loan. Seriously. Don't kid yourself. No bank will finance an artist. Why? Okay, answer that later. But I teach you how to budget. Most artists don't budget, don't keep account. And maybe another corner of this course, somebody will teach you how to keep account. But you have to budget your time, budget your money, and learn to plan how you want to create your business. They call it business plan somewhere in another corner of the subject, which I'm not going to do here. But I share with you where to raise your money from to do your business. That's before we launch, 2 steps away from, if I continue this program, that will be day number 5 or something like that, how to raise fund. And raising fund is what I'm good at to help young artists progress. I have helped this with Bob. Bob has now submitted his form. And also Bob, sorry, I keep talking about Bob. Bob happened to be, sometime when you get someone you can connect, you always mention his name. The other one is Ayman, who's potterman who's also quite successful. I'm fond of Yan Yan because Yan Yan is always enterprising. There's always workshop she runs somewhere. She says, I cannot do very big, but workshop I will do. And there are a lot of people who will come to her workshop. She did Art for Kids one, I think. It had 500 participants one weekend. It's incredible. She and Jessica, two buddies in the first batch. Can we have the next? Oh, by the way, before you go, look at the ketupat mas. Ketupat mas. Ketupat mas is is created by my good friend, Chef Jory. And this ketupat is very tiny. One cup Swedish, tiny. And you can keep for a year in the fridge. It will last. It's unique, tasty, easy to eat. It retains its color and made of basmati rice. You know the wrapping, this is ketupat pulut using palas from the north. From the north, they eat this kind of and the thing doesn't change color. Normally, when you boil, it turns color brown, but this is just that color, doesn't change at all. And it's brilliant. So you have, and he is an artist. He designed this like an art piece. He said, this is the budget I can do within. Now, where do I get the money to produce this? It's a small business. There are people who are willing to fund small business, but do we have people to fund small art business? Question mark. Next one. Next slide. Thank you. Okay. Niche identification. Somebody said just now, you have a niche. Was it Jesselyn, niche? You have a niche, creating a product for the travel market. Now, niche identification is what artists use normally. Artists all have a niche. Floral artists that I know here, Bunga, I keep using, she's here, and I know that's a niche. And she's just not a particular floral artist. She make floral product from clay and ceramics and turn it into something magnificent. Then this will lead to, if you do it correctly, it will yield market dominance. How do you dominate market? By being different. And then as a result, it becomes profitable. It's unique. So if you have a uniqueness to your art, there is a chance it will reduce risk. It has increased your potential for success because you have a niche. Why is that the niche? It is different. Look at Ferrari. It has, somebody mentioned earlier at the beginning, look at Ferrari. It's a niche. You look at Ferrari, it's not like any other car. But I'm not asking you to do a Ferrari, but your painting must be like that. When you look at, wow, man, that's unique. That's what I want. That's the particular branding you should have attached to your name. When they look at it, they know Eza sketches, Bunga's floral art, Jocelyn, what kind of art you have? That is unique to you. Or Chai, or Yuan Lo. You have something unique about you. Vivian, what's so unique about Adam? All these people. You're my potential market stealers. You go and steal the market because you have a niche. So you're guaranteed to succeed rather than without a niche. Going to the sea with a short, what do you call, hook and sinker. One, you catch a fish one at a time. you want to cast it a bit wider by making a niche. This is my market. Let's go on next one, Chef. Next slide, please. Hello. Okay. What makes what you do different or necessary? This is what I talk about. If you are different, it makes a difference. If you're not different, it doesn't make a difference. But in order to survive, your effort and service, your effort that you put in must be service-oriented. You're doing something for society. You are different, but at the same time, you are necessary. What do these two things mean? It's not that complicated. It looks complicated, but it's not. What makes what you do different and at the same time necessary? So if you do anything different, you have a niche product. You're different. But what is necessary is an innovation that people want because you solve their problem. That's what entrepreneurs do. It's different, but it solves a problem. If it doesn't solve a problem, then you are not necessary. How necessary are artists to the community? If the pipe bursts, they can't call an artist, they call a plumber. Right? Huh? My wife sometimes asks me, what can you do? You're an academic. You can think about it, you can theorize about it. If this, if that, on one hand, on the other hand. And then all my friends who are not academic are now multimillionaires or billionaires by now. I'm thinking about it. I'm thinking about it. So here's where it's the difference. You have to be useful to society. What do artists contribute as an artist? What is the value that you bring to society instead of just bringing to you in terms of money and giving them the pleasure of stirring their soul? You have to make a difference, but you have to be necessary so that society appreciate you for being there. In the past, the artists have always been the thinkers. Bring society out to the next edge, to the next frontier. So that's what I'm counting on you, because in the next industrial, fourth generation industrial revolution, the artist would still be necessary. And that's the difference between a good artist and a bad artist. Fantastic artist and a mediocre artist, who not only are different, but are necessary to society. Now, how necessary can you be? Let's go on now, Jeff. Now, you have to differentiate yourself from other players in the market. So it's your life. You can do it any way you want, because you know fully well, if there is no difference, it doesn't make a difference. You follow that. I had a professor once when I was very young who said it to me, and I've never forgotten it. There's been a guiding light in my life. If there's no difference in you, Rahim, it doesn't make a damn difference. The American talk about damn, you know. True enough. If I have to give a lecture, I have to give a different lecture. I have to give something that I can make a difference. Otherwise, I'll be just like any other instructor. Another professor, another coach. What's the big deal? You go away, you forget. It's a rubbish afternoon I have with that guy for 1 hour. It doesn't make a damn difference in my life. I make a difference because I'm different. Take a look at that painting in the center by Rachel Gray. I took her, I took Amira, I took Abid. All of them are different. But a day later, Rachel came back with this. It's different from the normal. I'm not saying that Amira is not different, Abid is not different. But she sees things different light, in different light from other people. It's a photography. All of us photograph. I take photograph, you take photograph. but how come this comes out so magnificent from this garden that belonged to that Puan Sri last week? Why? What's so good about this painting? I hope Rachel is in the line, but if she isn't, we can say what's so good about it. Is Abid, are you on it? Abid, the photographer. What's so good about this photography? I cannot see. Abid, ada lagi? Abid,
Yeah, ada.
Abid, what do you think of this painting? If the photography by Rachel, what's so good? What's so different? You took the same picture last week. We were there together. So did Amira. Amira also can comment on this one now. Yes. Abid, the cameraman, the photographer. Where are you?
Saya.
Okay. Dua-dua. Amira pun boleh cakap. What's the difference? What's so good about this?
This focus on the patterns.
Hello, Doctor.
Yes, listening. I'm listening. We are all listening to you.
Kelainan dengan Rachel, antara saya, Abid dan Rachel, cara sudut ambil gambar dan intensity color pada fotografi tu berlainan.
Macam mana berlain? Apa different?
So, saya contoh macam Abid more to focus on the lighting or texture of the image. Kalau saya focus on the whole image, but focus just one image. And Abid use
abstract geometry.
Geometry, that's right.
Sebab saya background saya street photography, jadinya saya suka benda yang minimal. Saya apply benda yang gaya street photography tu lah dalam floral punya fotografi.
Ya, tapi kita tengok dua kan, gambar you I tengok dua itu, jadi tak tahu the whole story. Tak apa, another time you can share with us. So the difference is you have a niche, you have street photography. Amira punya fotografi?
Saya gambar saya tak fokus pada line or saya more to one subject, close up. Saya tak full view of the landscape. Saya close up on one image.
Okay, so now you have to have a niche. You have to be different to make a difference. Jadi you masing-masing ada perbezaan lah, kan? Kita nak tonjolkan perbezaan tu lah. You have to show, to focus on and extend and build on that difference to make yourself different, to capture the market. Market kalau tengok semua serupa lah kan. Kalau kita pergi supermarket, semua sabun serupa. Tapi tiba-tiba you suka satu sabun tu. Dia ada sebab 100 brand. Tapi you like that particular product. Why? Maybe the packaging, maybe the smell of it, maybe the lather it comes with it, you know, or the smoothness, the freshness, whatever you can get after it's used. So this one to me looks fresh, the painting. And I'm not painting, the photography. And the way there's 2, 4, 6, 8 pieces and it's arranged like that and it's attractive. I am submitting, you want to submit to Puan Sri for, please do so. I have not got your, what they call, Amira dengan Abid. Kita nak kena bagi kat Puan Sri so that she can see in this perspective. If she wants to produce a book about her garden, so it's your proposal. The money is there for you to pick up. But you have to do a bit more. You have to prepare a proposal, submit, because you have talent. She knows that you have talent. So she wants to produce a garden book about her garden. Of course, I have Zul, another one that went with me also. who's compiling the photography took. Hopefully we can present what Zoe's photography, but it's not shared here because he's a professional, very professional. So we can learn from each other in the process. All right, Jeff, let's go on to the next one. Thank you. So, okay, how does an artist become of value to the society? Well, to be of service to the community, you have to be useful. To service is the only way to become necessary as an artist. If you want to be needed in the society, you have to provide a service. Most artists don't. Artists are into themselves. They do their own painting, they create, they sell. What use an artist to the society? Maybe it brings pleasure to the house. Seriously, think about it. What does, if a plumber fix something, a car mechanic fix the car, even the barber provides a haircut, but what do you provide? So what use are you to society? I'm not putting you down, I'm provoking you. So I said, yes, I'm useful, but in what way can you become useful as an artist? But an artist into himself, painting away in his little corner, does not contribute to the society. He does it for himself, that's all. Are artists selfish? Just for themselves only? You're all thinking about how do I make money, how do I sell? But think about the other way. How do the society see the artist? Of what use are you, Adam, to society? I'm pushing it to you.
Maybe to answer that now.
What use are you? How useful are you? Are you needed by society because you are you or what you do? Society values contribution from all its citizens. Yes? Yando? So up? Nobody? You can answer this question? Huh?
For me, as an artist, I refer a lot to art history, mythology, and spirituality in my artworks. And as you know, we live in a multicultural country, which is predominantly Muslim. So my own personal spiritual beliefs, I'm not a Muslim, so I study a lot about Buddhism, about Zen, about astrology, Hinduism, even mysticism and all that. So in my artworks, those are issues that I talk about a lot. So in a country that is, multicultural, multiracial, we have so much diversity. So I think my role as an artist, is to speak about these kinds of things, to talk about the similarities and the differences, in the different religious beliefs in every community. So that is what I think one of my roles as an artist in Malaysia.
Okay, thank you very much. Anybody else? You have to be of service to society. Otherwise, you're redundant. You're not needed. Society must get something out of you.
Kalau macam bunga,
Okay.
bunga guna ceramics tu, I wanted to show to the society that ceramics can be not only labu sayur. Sebab bunga tak suka mindset bila nampak tanah liat, dia orang aim, boleh buat jadi labu sayur. So saya nak buang mindset tanah liat tu just only labu sayur. Saya nak tunjuk to people and society yang tanah liat ni can be anything. Malah dia jadi lebih besar daripada bunga. That's what I want to show to the society.
I don't know whether you explored it in art school. Did art school tell you that you are of use to society? Or are they just teaching you technique and go out and do something with your life? They should have told you that you are very important to society and what kind of service do you provide as an artist produced by this college or this university. Don't they tell you that? That you will be very useful to Malaysian society and the world at large? Have you ever heard that?
Yeah.
No, never. Okay. Yeah, let's go on. Let me tell you how useful you can be. Okay. You have to serve. Then this is how I like you to do. You have to be needed. You have to create things that by being necessary can also bring profit to you. Because people want their needs fulfilled. As an entrepreneur, you have to give something that they can benefit. Otherwise, you're useless. Now, I introduced Art for Kids years ago. Or I think Balai also had something running like this before that, but we invite with the kids. And it was very popular, and it's as a form of bringing children together the weekend for do art. Just simple thing like it's a service society, but how much they pay? They pay for the cost of the paint, Balai subsidized, but people appreciate this. You're doing something for kids. When I was with KFC, we started Kids Club. KFC Kids Club had about 1.5 million members at the time. I don't know what it is now. 500,000 people signed up, plus 2 parents, that's 1.5 million. But it's something to do with the kids. Parents always like. And another day when we have some more ceramic artists, we put a clay day where you can come and got 50% off, whatever it is. Or you create an art village like Dato is doing now. Dato Muhammad Najib was the former Director General. I think hopefully he'll come on later on to say goodbye. He created an art village called Sri Cempaka Art Village. 50% of the program of participants in this program have worked with him in the last 1 month at Sri Cempaka Art Village. For those people who have not been there, please do come visit us. Or you can organize that. I've heard some people saying affordable art show. Now, affordable art show is actually a service to the community, but the community will appreciate because it's affordable, but you are doing something of service to them. But as I said, service, necessity can bring about profit. So it doesn't mean that you provide a service, you don't get anything in return. And I saw somewhere that part of the contribution for this program goes to charity. You do a service, you give back to society, you are needed. Not just because give me, you know, pay me, without anything, give it back. So you have to give back to society to get back their support. So that's what I mean by being needed and being different. You'll be accepted more readily than just being different and being yourself and selfishly onto your life rather than sharing your life with others, sharing your own gains and profitability. It will bring you profitability if you provide a service to the community, because artists essentially does not do anything like a plumber or electrician or car mechanic does. But you go to this service, they provide a service, but you have to pay for it, right or not? Even now, Grab driver are very well respected during the pandemic, COVID, they all deliver. There's a service. Some artists do work as a Grab driver, but I'm not asking you to do that. No, that's a separate issue. That's another income generating job, which sometimes put your artwork on hold. All right, next one. Yeah. So art for art's sake has what is called unequivocal value. It is disputable. It is doubtful if you have just art for art's sake. You have to choose your muse. So most artists have muse. We talked about just now, Mona Lisa. I don't know who the real muse was for Leonardo da Vinci. And somebody said just now, it was not even a man. Like Yan Lo, right? Not even a woman, it's a man, for example. I don't know. the muse of this, who's the artist, the Dutch artist who painted this lady with the earring. I can't remember his name now. But the muse is not his wife, it's the maid. The maid borrows the earring from the wife and she posts, that become his muse. And they're very successful. The lady with the diamond ring. And that becomes a successful movie on Netflix recently. You should watch it. So you have to choose your muse. So if you have to choose your muse, why not choose a muse that really motivate the audience? So the audience could be the muse. In the case of Ruben, the audience was his muse. He created that for his audience. So what the muse was? The muse was the audience laugh for hunting. The audience love mythology. The audience love raising of the cross, about religion. So he created, the audience become the muse for him. That's Rubens for you. Next one. So to make a living, you have to change your mindset. It is not enough doing what you're doing now. You must go beyond just servicing your own interests, your own impulse, your own desire. You just can't say, I do this for art's sake. I do this for myself. I like you to change your thinking that you have to do it for your audience. Amuse your audience and make your audience your muse. And that's where I'm at. You follow my argument so far? And that get into your head now, because this is the critical moment that will cover the rest of the program. You have to change your mindset to be a successful art entrepreneur. Because I'm not teaching small business. I'm teaching art entrepreneurs to rise above themselves, to be something more magnificent, just going weekend after weekend to small art shows, making pittance. I don't want to be nurturing those artists. I want to be having art entrepreneurs who can leapfrog on the success of others, to be more meaningful, full of passion, driven by own inner motivation to get ahead as a successful art entrepreneur. Next slide. Getting on here. So you have to understand the need, the desires, the fears, and the problems of audiences in order to come up with something as magnificent as my muse here, Ruben, the Flemish artist who make millions in his lifetime and has a fantastic artist and a perfect entrepreneur at that. There's no scandal about him. There's no bad story. He was not crazy like Van Gogh. He didn't cut off his ear, but lived into a ripe old age at 63 and died, leaving money behind, reputation, success, thousands of artwork throughout Europe. Why can't you be like that? Can you? If you're an artist, you have to be. Yes. Next one. So, artistic value, if you create with an audience in mind, will likely, they say, resonate with the people. This way, as I said just now, your audience become your muse. The audience can amuse you. So, muse are essentially inspiration for all artists. Why can't your inspiration be derived from the audience and make the audience your muse rather than something else that doesn't connect with with the audience. Now, I'm not just talking about canvas artists. I'm not just talking about photography. I'm not just talking about art and design like Jocelyn has done. You have. So what is the muse? What is amusing the people? Nasi lemak is. It's universal. Everybody loves nasi lemak. But what is it about nasi lemak that makes you want to create something? Jeff and I talk about a lot recently about nasi lemak. Nasi lemak must be nasi lemak as long as the rencah is there, the ingredient. You cannot take away the original nasi lemak for what it is. You have to have rice, you have to have coconut, you have to have pandan leaf. Without that, those are the bare ingredients, the core of the nasi lemak. If you substitute with milk, it's not nasi lemak, it's nasi susu. You change the pandan, put pudina leaf, it's nasi pudina. You cannot, it has to be pandan, it has to be coconut, it has to be rice inside. And the lemak, the more lemak it is, the better. Now, how do you enhance it? With all the other little, you have some people put, what do you call this, cinnamon in it to make it nice. But it has to have those ingredients. Why is it that ingredient nasi lemak, and why is it that nasi lemak is so popular in Malaysia, and people are willing to pay for something that is good, not just a little corner? And if it is wrapped, it must be wrapped in banana leaf. Right, you know? It has to be in banana leaf to have that green. And when nasi lemak, hot nasi lemak, heat the banana leaf plus the pandan leaf, it gives that aroma which is distinct that you cannot compare with other rice. Nasi dagang is nasi dagang. Nasi dagang is not nasi lemak. Excuse me. And you have yellow rice. It's yellow rice. That's yellow glutinous rice. Nothing to do. You can't make nasi lemak with glutinous rice and make it yellow. Then it's questionable. What is, you have lost the credibility of nasi lemak as nasi lemak. So, if Jocelyn want to make nasi lemak, it has to be authentic. It must have some similarity. It must resonate with your audience. When you see it, there's an aroma that comes with it. Although it is artificial, but to open the zip of that packaging of yours, the aroma jumps at you. Ah, this is what nasi lemak. You follow, Jocelyn? That's your creation. I have no doubt with it, but it must. The audience must feel it. This is what I take back with me to Europe. When I came to Malaysia, I saw nasi lemak, and this packaging will always remind me of the aroma that I get every time I open the banana leaf wrap nasi in front of my eyes. What's in there? You have peanut, you have anchovies, you have chilies, cooked in onions, and the smell that comes in, the taste that goes with it, it's unmistakable nasi lemak. You cannot call it nasi lemak Singapore. No, nasi lemak is nasi lemak. Sorry, Singapore cannot get the credit for this. Okay, so you must have a muse to drive you and get you going. Jeff, next one. Whether I finish this. So, all right. So why are we doing this? Why this started? Datuk Najib and I are so passionate about this because what happened is a lot of you go to college to come out and they become professional. So with some training, increase the chance of success for you artists. So, but art in colleges that Datuk Najib has experienced, that I know so well, all arts technique, no real business skills. So that's how it gives this eye to this starving artist stereotype, that because they don't know how to sell their art. They don't know how to make it meaningful. They don't know how to rise above it. Just create art and sit in their room. Hopefully somebody will discover them. No, that's not it. Only art technique and no business skill is what colleges do. art colleges. But that's what we want to do in art entrepreneurship. Give you not just the basic thing about company formation, etc., but give you a bit more so that you become an art entrepreneur in the true sense of the word, not in the sense of a crash program on how to start a local store, a local corner shop. I have some students before who wanted to start a coffee shop and sell art. But I said, you have to make up your mind, because in most cases, I have a very successful person who started to sell artistic things. And then at the same time, started a side business called nasi lemak, for all things, nasi lemak. Now, she has stopped selling everything else. She sells nasi lemak and all other food in Basar shopping. She's there. But no more all this artistic furniture, artistic painting, all gone. Food make more money for her than art. So she has divested all the art, gone into pure food. You cannot have this mixed stuff. You have to decide on a business model where you're going to go ahead. You do food, you do food. You do art, do art. So there's no other art. There's nothing about hairdressing or that. But I'm teaching here so that you can go into art entrepreneurship in the true sense of the word. You want to be artist at the same time, be an entrepreneur in the art world. Thank you. Any question? So we offer this missing puzzle in this program that artists keep looking for, how to survive, to be successful after you finish art school. This is the missing puzzle. Here, arts education that you don't have, we offer you this. Your question. One from each person. There are 20 of you here. I need 20 questions. That will give me exactly 20 minutes to lead to 4 o'clock.
Can I start?
No.
Okay, Izzah, you go first.
Okay. Doktor, saya nak tanya sebab because right now my target market is usually very student with very minimal source of money, anything. How do I change my my target market? I want to be like someone who with more income that can pay more for my artworks.
Good question. Let's see, anybody can help Izzah answer that question. Don't just look to me, you are the artist.
I think my advice for you is to look at other artists like local and international that make similar art style to yours, and look at how they find their clients. Like, what is their target market? Do they get mostly corporate clients? Is it small, medium enterprise businesses, or is it personal commissions? So you have to use that as a point of reference lah. You have to do your research lah. That's my advice lah.
I think rebranding also helps. Rebranding.
Sorry?
Rebranding.
Who's speaking now? Oh, okay.
Vivian. Yeah, Vivian.
Vivian, okay. What are you talking about branding?
Because now she's target like school, so maybe she can like rebranding, make another more high standard one. Then maybe the person will buy from the right target audience will go to her shop.
So you're suggesting
rebranding.
Okay, rebranding. What does rebranding mean here? I mean, can you explain a bit more?
Did you mean I change my style of art?
No, you didn't change the art. You just change the way you represent the arts or the society. How to say? I don't know how to say. Just make your brand.
Your branding, your personal brand. You know, like who do you
One by
like?
one.
What kind of person do you?
One by one.
Okay.
Okay. So, Vivian, can you explain a bit more what you mean Eza should do?
Maybe she need to look for the target audience she wants, and then rebranding that suits them.
No, I mean the word is rebranding, right? No, this is where the issue arises. I don't think she understands what rebranding means.
Yeah, maybe CC can answer for me.
I'll just add some points to Vivian's suggestions. Like Eza, just now you mentioned that your artwork is like happy or shining, glowing. The keywords. What's the keywords for your artwork? Like the one that you have created behind that you put behind on your shelf.
Oh, my artwork usually related to something fun.
Yeah.
And cute and adorable, something like that. It also can be like floral and architectural type.
Okay, like how I feel when I see your art. Maybe your art can brings the emotion of like fun, like playful, positive, shining. Which all these emotions you can target on mothers or kids. And how you gonna present your artwork is playful because kids like to play, and kids likes like maybe your characters, you add on the story behind the characters and the content itself. To support your characters or your artwork. Let's just say this piece of work is about your characters having fun in the garden, for example, just a simple example, in the garden. And you can create the stories, maybe a journey or something that your characters see in the garden, or some incidents. So it's for the rebranding part, I think is how the audience feel and gets when or remember when they see your artworks. And I think you are in the middle of getting there. It's just that you are in the progress of like you don't know which part is the right directions. And like for a target audience wise, maybe you can imagine that what kind of target audience in terms of like age, your buying power, who you're gonna buy at. This is important to set the price range. Like if kids likes your works, who gonna buy? Of course, the parents, relative, friends of parents, relative. As a gift. So it's maybe it could be your another door or market in this for your artworks. So your branding side is you have to bring out, if I suggest, you can bring out the bright side, the positive side. When people see your artwork, we feel happy. And the character is I think the story of the character. If you add on, it makes people remember that, hey, I like this character. Maybe the character is named Aiza or the character named Adam. So kids can they have the topics to talk about, and they can tell their parents, hey, I want to purchase Adam. Adam came out with the editions of characters, So I think there's a lot of possibility and potential. It's just that we have to narrow down the right target audience and the branding directions.
Okay. It's much clearer now. All right. Thank you, Cici.
Thank you.
Thank you, Cici. Okay, that's the answer. So I guess we're talking about positioning your product, right? From the children, student market to another market. So you lose choosing. Anybody else? Are you clear on that one?
Yeah.
I think we talked about branding last week a little bit, but I think we can pick it up another time about branding in my program. Okay,
Yep.
Somebody else?
Thank you.
Just now, a lot of people wanted to say things and then stop. Yes. Okay. All right. What happened now? Early on, so everybody wanted to talk at the same time when we finish. So.
Oh, sorry, I was experiencing technical difficulties.
Oh, really? You cannot hear us? You cannot hear me?
My laptop was lagging.
Oh, I think it's been going on for the last, 5 hours, 4 hours at the end. 5 hours. Anybody else who can? Yeah, okay, please go ahead.
I have a question. Since we talk a lot about value today, right? You know, the value that we have to society, the value that, you know, our customers, our clients give to us in the form of money. And, you know, you talked about, you know, finding what success means like for each of us, since everyone has their own idea of success. So how do we figure out what kind of values do we actually believe in life, and how does that translate as an artist and as an entrepreneur? So that's my question.
I was hoping that question doesn't come up because it can take us a few more hours to philosophize on what value it is that you have to society. But let me share this with you. Any philosophers in the group that would like to examine this issue of value to yourself, to society, to art, and so on and so forth. Is that too deep a philosophical question that Abid has raised today? I think it is. Anybody? Well, if you can answer that question, you can answer the question raised by Eza just now. I mean, how do I change? Change from what I am now, Eza, as an artist for a young generation, to another group to bring a higher income. Now, people with disposable income would appreciate more with their with their wallet in terms of value, financial value. But at the same time, you have to figure out what is valued in your art by this young group who happen to like what you do. Is that the same thing? Would the older generation see the same thing in your art as valuable? Eza, do you follow my question? Hello?
Yeah.
It's difficult, but Datuk Najib is on. Najib is on? Maybe Datuk Najib should answer the question, how people buy his batik painting as a higher price, so high. You know? Is Datuk Najib on? Yeah?
Buka lagi dia punya phone. Kejap.
Okay. He is still in the. He says he's still in the kebun. Datuk Najib. But we can connect to him.
Bunga nak cakap apa ni, Bunga?
Okay, Bunga ya.
Saya ada satu cerita lah. Saya my friend, how dia market dia punya painting. She love pergi coffee shop. Lepas tu every time dekat coffee shop dia akan duduk dekat atas cup kat kedai kopi tu. So one day dia duduk, keep doodling, and beside that dia juga tag kedai tu. And one day satu kedai ni call dia and say, oh you are an artist? Then dia cakap, yeah saya artist and that shop nak beli doodles dia. So what I study here, tapi saya observe kat sini adalah kena expose yourself and show people what you are doing. Maksudnya market ni macam doktor cakap, market ni cost. So nak marketkan diri kita, kita kena keluarkan cost tu. And then baru kita earn something. So what she do, she buat dalam tu. She show people apa yang dia orang buat, apa yang dia buat. And she love making doodles. And one day she earn money for making those things. So kat situ, the story dia adalah kita kena selalu expose and show people apa yang kita kena buat. Macam Esa cakap tadi, how nak tukar dia punya audience daripada audience yang biasa-biasa itu yang besar, maybe lah dia kena banyak show dia punya illustration ni dekat tempat-tempat yang orang nak guna. Macam contoh KFC ke, McD ke, every time kat sana, we do something. Macam contoh kat packaging Happy Meals kan, macam Eza, dia buat untuk kids. So, why not kita beli packaging Happy Meals tu and then kita do something. Lepas tu kita tag kat McD tu. So kat situ McD, oh ada artis buat ini kat sini-sini. And then that's how you get your connection.
Okay. Belum try McD. Sebab saya pernah ada kontrak dengan Starbucks last 2 years. Tapi diorang cuma je cakap dia takkan guna same artist twice. So saya dah pernah sekali, so dia takkan guna lagi. So saya macam it's very hard to find big companies like that because usually they're not using same artist twice. So they're giving chances to everyone, right?
So you have done for Starbucks, Eza?
Yeah, for Citra
Apa you buat kat Starbucks? What do you offer to Starbucks?
I design cups for Citra Warna events.
Design the cup. But you didn't make the cup. You bagi design saja.
I design untuk diorang. Then diorang pay lah for the design.
Ada contoh tak ada? Ada gambar?
Tak ada lah.
Kapan? Next time we meet. Okay. No, it's okay. It's okay.
Yeah.
It's okay. Macam cerita bunga ni, ada satu orang dulu, dia buat chicken story untuk KFC. Cerita chicken kanak-kanak untuk KFC. Beratus ribu dapat projek tu. Dia buat short story untuk kanak-kanak. Tapi illustrator dia cartoonist. Tapi itulah juga, KFC pun sopak, guna sekali, tak guna dah lah. Itu produk tu dah keluar. Yang lain lah pula. So you have to build a portfolio. Kalau this is what you want, that what you want, then you have to have chai. I always
you can call me CC actually.
CC, okay. CC can
yeah.
help you make inroad into the advertising world that have contract with big companies to work on artists who can sketch for a particular event or some kind of drive or what do you call that? Those things, promotion, right? Promotion in the industry. That's also possible way of doing it. That's going for another market. But what, as I asked earlier, how do I change from the current one to a different market? Now, kalau you follow American Express kalau look after the current customer because it takes a lot more to get a new customer. So nurture your customer. If you're going for a higher group of people, make sure you don't forget what you have. Focus on what you have rather than something you don't have. Now, while focusing on the current one, keep a corner of your eye open to another area. Now, sometimes your current market help you move to the other higher level market. And this is what we do. We did in KFC before. you catch the kids to catch the parents. Kalau you open kiddie market, kiddie club, their requirement, 2 parents must join. So for every 1 child, you have 2 parents, 3 customers. So in your case, you're going for the young kids. They say you get customer project. Like this marketing technique lah, CC will know. Kalau you are now a subscriber to Izzah's Art, can you recommend 2 more of your friends? And if you do recommend, you build up that network where you recommend. The next purchase you buy, I will give you a discount. So this kind of thing, but don't give anything away free, but mark up in order to cover. Those are marketing strategies, but it does help bring in new customers by customer get customer concept. That's purely marketing trick, nothing fancy at all. Bring a friend, I give you this discount, or promote a friend, or you don't have to give a discount. If this is good for you, viral it to your friend. Share me your friend's connection so that I can keep in touch with them as much as you can. Or there's another site in the world somewhere. They say this card is free, greeting card, but you have to give me the person's address to send it, so you build up your portfolio. That increases the following as well. That's also another strategy. Or we can talk about these strategies for a long time, and I do enjoy talking about this kind of thing, how to expand the market. But to come back to your original issue. Okay, you have a special skill, creating this doodle. What do older people want that the kids do not want, that you think will sell? You test that for the old market. That's also another way. Very simple, straightforward. You find a profile of an older person like me. What do you like about the painting? Do you know those questions that Habibah and Khairi were asking? The feedback mechanism to retool their platform to your needs. That's what they're doing. It's a survey. We do that all the time. I put in questions which were not there. Why did I ask you why you prefer online? Because I will get feedback, say, no, I don't. Then it gives me an idea, say, okay, how many people do not like this online? And I will present to the management, only a certain percentage prefer this online program. Only certain people benefit from this program. So that's a feedback mechanism you put in. And I do that all the time in my Instagram, in my Facebook, so that I get feedback. But they don't feel it so much as asking, here's a questionnaire for you to answer. Nah, subtle, very subtle. Okay, now we come back to this Abid's question about value. I come from a big family. I have 11 kids. My parents have 11 kids. I don't have 11 kids. My parents do. I am the first son, or number 2 in the long, big one football team. Very early in our life, my parents always say, you must not embarrass the family. Principle number 1. Principle number 2 is always add value to your family. Add value. Must value add. That God give you, I mean, for those normal people, God give you 2 hands, 2 legs. You must bring with you rezeki, you know, rezeki, God give you 2 hands to work out the rezeki. So you have to contribute to the family. It's not, you're coming not to just live out of the family, but you have to build the essence of the family. That's how I come from a very poor background in Kedah, somewhere. My father made 300 ringgit a month, and we have to survive on what he made. He was a civil servant. But funny enough, everybody grew up to be normal. Some are more wealthy than I am. In fact, most of them are. They go into business very early. I just sit down and examine things, test theories, and I show you one hand's like this, one hand, the other hand. By the time I finish counting the hand, they're already making hands over fist money, you know. But it does, the question, you have to bring value to your family, to yourself. I mean, that's one answer, how to look at it. The other thing, of course, how to add value to your current product. You have to be useful. By being useful, society bring you the money to you in a way, very crude way of putting it. That it is, you exist. You exist otherwise without meaning, unless your life is of value to society. I mean, that's why we always think of our contribution to society rather than what society owes us. The world doesn't owe you a living. You do. Do I make sense? Any views? Those who are still awake? I saw Adam just now yawning away, stretching his arm. The funny part of this thing is I cannot see everybody. You can see me all the time. Adam is still awake. Anybody else? I don't know who this is next to Adam here. Arisa? Arisa, you haven't, Arisa, is it? Arisha? Is that Arisha? I can't see. Oh yeah. Is that your, what's your name? Arisha, is it? Anisha?
Okay. Aisha, okay? Is it me?
Aisha, sorry.
Okay.
Yeah. Because it's, so Aisha, you're on, everybody's looking you on the big screen now. What do you think? You haven't said a word for the last, what, 4 hours?
Well, I guess I can highlight about intrinsic value as well as branding.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so it's one of my problems currently, I guess, because I don't actually have this direct branding, like anyone can see my art and see and say like, oh, this is Aisha's art. Like I don't have this logos splat on my arts. But I guess I feel like I want my branding to be to have this kind of emotional value to it. When I do commissions, I usually focus on the emotional needs of my customers. So I guess that's like my main priority when I finish any of my commissions. Except that how do you promote that kind of branding to the public? Because that kind of emotional value is not exactly a direct thing. You can't really say, oh, Aisha's drawings have this very emotional specialty. It's not very physical. It's more of the intrinsic value thing. So how would you promote that kind of thing?
So it's very intriguing. Any ideas? Well, you have some intrinsic value. What can you give me something specific that you do in your commission that evoke that kind of feeling?
Usually when a customer would like to commission, usually my friends or family, they would ask me to draw like maybe them or their friends. Usually I would ask them, do you have something that you want to put in? Do you have like a certain memory you want to add into that art? So I would, and they would say things like maybe they feel something, they want this kind of emotional thing inside the end product. So I focus on that thing. Like maybe I would make the colors feel more alive, more lively, or maybe something that's melancholic. Yeah.
So what do? You do portraits? Portraits?
I do portraits. I can do landscapes. I also do stylized caricatures. Yeah. Full
Do you
illustrations.
have something? Do you have something in front of you that you can share for a few seconds?
What? Excuse me?
You have something right there we all can see?
My artworks are all digital, so wait, I can see. Is it visible enough? It's hard.
Like what?
Wait. It's hard to see though. Okay, you can see it. Okay, it's hard to see. I can't exactly show.
Put close to the camera.
Oh. Yeah.
Just do this, like I do, Azul. Focus on this. Can you focus on it?
Can you see it?
I can see it now. Can you, Jeff? Can you zoom that one, Jeff? Hang on a minute. This one is by Ezra. Okay, Jeff, can you zoom in on Aisha's screen? This is what you see now is Ezra. Aisha. Yeah, I can see it. Can everybody see Aisha's?
No, the screen is small.
There I can see it.
Yeah, basically it's a girl holding a cat.
Now, so far, how many people have benefited from your drawing, your sketch?
My commissions? Well, not a lot.
So they are mostly family friends, are they?
Yes. I haven't branched out yet.
How long ago did you start?
How long ago? So far for digital, the first commission I got is in 2018, I guess.
Since then, nothing. How do you survive since then? The last 2 years.
This is just something I do. It's not. This is the first time I thought of making art as my business. Yeah.
First time. So you haven't sold anything yet? Not yet.
Not yet.
Not yet. Okay, so then you are what you call white canvas I can work on. You'll be a classic guinea pig for us to test our theory and pull you up to become unspoiled and straight onto the green lane to success. Yeah. Okay, so we can mold you any way we want then. Okay.
Well, I'm free. So, I'm free for any ideas.
Good. First question I ask you is, what is success to you? That will add value to your life. What is success?
Success. For my arts or
No,
like
for your life.
for my life?
Yeah.
I guess if someone finds the if someone resonates with my arts, they will feel happy.
So success, when you resonate with the customer,
Yeah.
that's success to you. That's all success is. That's all success is to you.
Well, there's it's a long, I can't really explain.
Yeah, but you have to measure. I mean, in my program, we measure success in some form. But success is defined by you, not by us.
Yeah.
You define what success is. Right now, I think you cannot define what success will mean to you. That if you cannot define what success means to you, you go on throughout your life and still have not found success. A lot of people do that. I said, what was success? What's success? So that goes for everybody in this program. You have to define for yourself what success is. Then I can help you get there. If you have difficulty defining, I can also help you define success. If success is happiness, then I ask you, what is happiness? Because sometimes people are happy, but they don't know they're happy. They only know they're miserable. But in the misery, there is happiness. It's possible too. You have to define, and the sooner the better, what success is, what happiness is. Many people are happy without having any material things. Some people are happy if they have material things. But once they have material things, they realize that material things don't make them happy. You have been, the days without a dime is probably happier than the days with $1 million in your pocket. I have friends like that who are very, very, very wealthy, but are not happy. So happiness has to be defined by you, the person. Then I can help you find happiness. That's one. Same thing if you want to be successful as an artist. I can help you, but you have to define what is success. I told you in the last session, somebody came to me and they say, can you help me become famous? I say, okay, but famous for what? So then we have to figure out, if you know fame, what kind of happiness, what kind of fame? Famous in what sense? Because you cannot be famous for not doing anything. That's why I asked her to go and change her name, become rich and famous, RNF, famous, register the name, become rich and famous very quickly, which is highly ridiculous kind of answer. But if the moment you know where you're going, we can help you get there. So in your case, I think we need to see a bit more of your art to help you get there sooner. All right. Next one. Next question.
Thank you.
Next question. So all of you have to define what success is. And this is the stage we are in now in session on the last leg of our discussion today, is to figure out what you want to go, where you want to go, what you want to be, how successful you want to be. Based on what we have talked earlier on art entrepreneurship, on the example you have received, I've shown you on the stages we have gone through in the first week, on the SWOT analysis you have done, on the contract you have told me about, on the aspiration that you have, on the record of experience and success and failure you have in the past. How can we correct that so that become a successful art entrepreneur? Based on the definition art entrepreneur I shared with you, I have to connect with your level of success before we even launch you into business. And launching you into business means to reach your level of expectation of success. Now, let's start. Just now, one by one, we only have one. Eza, you have, who was the other one just now? Aisha. I haven't heard from other people. I have only two. Abid, that's three. Some more? What happened to the rest? Are you still with us? I know Tanesh has to go somewhere. Has to excuse himself. Bunga said something, what did she say just now? Is she still with us?
I'm here, Doctor.
Oh, you're here. Yan. Yeah. Hey, your design is very good, Eza. I'm like, thank you very much. You shared with us. Okay.
Thank you.
Bunga, yes. So what is success then? You.
The term of success for me is when my client happy with what they earn from me. Maksudnya since
I cannot hear. What?
Kejap.
Success is what to you?
The term of success untuk Bunga adalah bila I'm able to dapat bagi saya punya art tu and orang to earn something from my art. I mean they achieve something from what I'm doing and they proud with that and they happy with that. So that's what success means for me.
So you're talking about some form of happiness you bring to the artist, to the customer, that they enjoy your art. Is that it? So that's success to you?
Yes.
How about extrinsic value in terms of material thing? Is it measurable? How would you make you success? How else can you measure?
So I make a flower. I love to put story behind the flower itself because every flower has their own symbolic to something. So the flower that I arrange or I make a bouquet, I put a story behind it by using the symbolic of the flower itself. Because flower dia known as dia punya secret code florography. Like contoh bunga rose dia ada code dia, bunga daisy ada code dia. So I arrange the flower by using those secret codes. And
okay, that's the technique. I'm talking about your own feeling of success. How do we measure this success?
Like you hit
success to you, what is success?
Yes, when I able to sell my work.
So, how much work do you want to sell? How many pieces? How much value? Now we're talking about value. Abid, we're talking about value now.
Then I still scared to put value on my art. Saya tak berani nak letak value dekat saya punya artwork.
No, be honest. Some people say in terms of ringgit and cent, kan? Berapa ringgit make you successful?
Maybe in 1 month saya dapat achieve dalam 10,000.
10,000 a month or 10,000 in a year or in a lifetime?
Kalau saya dapat jadi professional artist, saya rasa saya
No, don't worry about other things. Talk about you. How much? 10,000 a month, 10,000 a year? What are you talking about?
10,000 a month.
Okay. Now, that to you is success?
Yes.
That's all?
When people acknowledge me as a clay flower artist in Malaysia.
Okay. Okay. So 10,000 a year, a month. When?
When?
They can have a time frame.
5 years, maybe.
5 years? 5 years. So 5 years from now, we will be looking at Bunga, earning 10,000 a month. Is that it? You mind writing that down? Because if you don't write down, it doesn't become a commitment. You have to work for it because it doesn't happen by itself.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're talking about 10,000 a month 5 years from now. So what year is that? 2025 or 2026?
2026.
Okay, 2026. That's by January 2026, you should have 10,000 a month, earning 10,000 a month as an artist. Is it realistic, guys, Eza? Or CC? Ask CC. CC is good at numbers, so.
It is possible. Yes, definitely.
It is possible.
Yeah.
I mean, why do you think that's achievable? That's another thing. Success is not achieved unless you get it. You know, you have to measure in terms. That's why you have a value attached to it.
Yeah, I think the profit is definitely is one of the unit or ways to measure success, because it's something that you can see. It's a proven data to your business. But in another way is, I think doctor have mentioned in today coaching is the purpose that we serve to the society or industry as a artist. For example, success. For example, like myself, I'm currently planning in a risograph business that we produce zinc publishing and like self-publishing work that we think that is very potential for students, artists, even myself, or the kids maybe, to explore ideas and express their feelings with a total control from productions to distributions with our support here. So
I hear you.
Yeah. So the success to us.
I've lost sound.
Oh, sorry. Hello.
Hang on a minute.
Okay.
Jeff, no more sound. I think the battery ran out. This one. Hang on.
Yeah.
Huh? That one has run out of battery, I think. Okay, can you carry on? Another one, right? Oh. Hang on. Technological problem.
That's all right.
I'm sorry, but please carry on. What? I have a lot of technical people going on here. I'm lost in this world of technology. Without my friends, I cannot operate alone. That's why I say you always need a team. Hang on there, CC.
Yeah, sure.
Come back to you because unless I can hear, we cannot comment.
Yep.
In the meantime, you can hear me, right?
Yeah.
I enjoy being with you guys for the last 4 hours and 20 minutes. We have another 40 minutes to go. And it's success to me while we're listening for the sound audio to come back for me has always been both a material and of course non-material thing. Intrinsic and extrinsic rewards play a very important role in my life. Happiness is a form of measure. Now, how do you feel happy or not? Because I go back to the village where I grew up. Some of them don't have any money, but they are very happy. You can't measure happiness in terms of material thing. It's probably in terms of more, okay. In terms of, the feeling that you have, the idea that you don't have to have plenty of money. You don't have, some of them until now don't have a car. Where I grew up, they ride bicycle. That's the best possession they ever had. And then, but they are happy. So let's see whether we are back on. Can you say something, Sissy?
Hello?
Oh, okay, now I can hear you. Okay, I think this is better than the other one.
Okay.
All right, please carry on.
Yeah, just I was saying, we are in the zinc publishing and risograph printing business, and we are aiming to be one of the reliable platform in Malaysia. Then we can represent Malaysia to foreign country as we are one of the biggest zinc group and publishing in Malaysia that also provide another alternative options to the students, artists to explore the beauty in risograph printing, which is currently still considered new to Malaysia. Yeah, so that's actually one of the success measure. How is it about level?
I mean, this is your own business, your own company.
Yeah, one of the business we are currently planning was actually a rebranding or reset of our previous community brand called Sketting. It's a group of creators gather and share stories through zinc making. But because of some reason in management, and we want to we look into it before it's like become stable, before we gather more and more artists in collaborations ourselves. We have to be clear on our SOP and the business model, and when it's stable enough and we are doing our part, then only we can say we can be the reliable platform to the artists in Malaysia. And yeah, and the aim to promote the zinc culture. Yeah, that's when we are doing our right part, we are doing our parts well, then only we can say this out.
So I still don't understand, what is it that you do? Publishing.
Okay, I can show you. Hey, hang on, yeah. I can show you some.
You tell me all sort of platform and all that, but specifically, what is it you do?
Yeah, okay, give it a second.
While she's doing that, other people should be thinking about your SWOT analysis, about your strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats in the market, and where you're going to go. We come back to you in a few minutes, and please be sure of your goals in terms of success and how to measure it. Sissy, you're back.
Yeah, I'm sorry, because I couldn't find mine, but I can show you one of the artist work that we produce, and then we have helped to print and manage in our last community brand. This is things that we call zine. It's a
Hang on a minute.
Hello? Yep.
Another one, yeah. Trying to get another one. Thank you.
Oh, I think I find one.
So many gadgets there.
Yeah, this one.
Okay, let's hear it.
I found mine. I found mine. Okay, this is my first zine. It's a story about insomnia. This thing is, we actually every artist tells their own story through this 20 pages thing. So meaning that this thing is just formed by like 5 pieces of papers. But every is our creations, but we just combine it into a physical 3D things. for zine, Z-I-N-E. It's actually derived from magazine, but this thing is more on the independent publishing, which is actually quite popular and normal in foreign countries, and it's a practice. Our practice in Malaysia is actually it has the history because it's started in like.
Hang on, tell me, is it a booklet?
Maybe you can say it's a booklet, but it's like self-publishing thing.
No, I don't understand.
It's a book.
It's a book.
I can say it's a book, or for you to like maybe easier to understand it. Yeah.
How many pages?
20 pages.
20 pages.
Yeah, 20 pages. Okay. For like last time, we already gathered like 12 artists, and we in total we have produced 32 zines with one zine 99 copies. So 99 copies times 32 zines. How much is it? Like 3,002.
What zine?
Zines. Z-I-N-E zines. It's like the artist creations, but it turns into something called zines. Whether you can combine your sketches all together in the form of like this A5 booklet. Yeah, some artists they tell in narrative way. Some they just combine their artworks and form like this. Maybe we have theme. Like my theme, this one is about insomnia. It's a very simple little story. It's all started with like nasi lemak drawings because I was doing a commercial work, but my nasi lemak drawing is rejected, and in the same time I need to create a stories for my zine book. I need to write a story. It's a creations, and the
so
drawings.
This is a short story of insomnia.
Yeah. So
okay.
Yeah.
What is your audience? Who's your audience?
Our audience, we target on like artists, students, institutions, and the tourists, because when they come to like our offline exhibitions or pop-up, they want to find something local.
Okay.
Yeah.
How much do you sell for?
This one we sell at 19 last time.
19?
19, yes, 19. Because at first we only printed in black and white. We started to test the market first with black and white, and the business model where we are in is as a volume, like collaboration with different artists from different backgrounds. Yeah, some of them are like engineers background. Yeah, so how the engineers?
Okay. What is the model? Business model? How much the artists have to pay?
Artists have to pay for the printing, but all the profits go to the artists. Yeah. So at the beginning, it's actually served as a brand community. It's like a zine community. But how the core member inside helps these artists to work out is we created our own show. We have the connections with like local stationery brands like Anatomy, Zhongshan Building. We already created one show in the pop show last year. Yeah, last year. And how we can bring all this local zine to other countries, like we already traveled to Singapore, Japan, UK. Yeah, so it's one of the things that we can do to promote the local zine outside.
I'm sorry, I'm lost. How do you spell zine?
Z-I-N-E.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So let's say our artists, your friends in here,
Yes.
want to participate.
Yes.
How much would they have to pay?
Currently, there's no fees for this. Yeah, we are actually still.
The printing?
Yeah, printing, they have to pay for the printing. But if let's just say our business model, we can readjust it to like we can benefit the artists that we want to collaborate, that maybe they don't have to pay the full payment of the printing, and how to
let's be clear now. Let's say let's say Izzat has a nice doodles.
Yep.
I would like her to participate in this program.
Mm-hmm.
How much does she pay?
If for risograph, I can give you an idea, like one color risograph, 20 pages, perhaps in 300 to 400 to print 99 copies. And we are maybe adjusting the price to a level that we can benefit the artists that they can get 100% of the
Okay. Let's calculate.
Yeah.
Let's calculate.
Yeah.
I should put on the board here.
Yeah.
300 ringgit. How many pieces?
It's an idea. 300 ringgit for 99 copies. You already like 300 ringgit. You already printed all 99 copies.
Okay. You're selling it for
19.
So multiply by 300 is how much?
19 ringgit
Times
for each
100 pieces.
300 ringgit for 99 copies. The printing cost is 300 ringgit for 99 copies.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's about how much?
So 300 ringgit for 99 copies, and if you sell at 19 ringgit times 99 copies is about, you can earn like, I mean the sales is 1,008 ringgit, 1,800 ringgit.
So you cover it's a 3 times more or less, right?
Yeah.
Or more than that.
Yeah. This is for our beginning. I think the result. Yeah, and we actually received quite positive feedback because we went to other countries, and when we show our local zine compared to other foreign zine, our quality is actually better than theirs in terms of like papers quality that we choose, and the story is, every story is, because every story is unique. It's unique. So I think it's one of the selling point that the content itself is very important. Yeah, content itself is very important.
Okay, who control the content?
Previously, there's no control, but we come up with the team so that everything is consistent. It's like maybe every 2 months we have a new team. Let's just say we went to Japan, so at that time we come up with a Japan team, and next up is maybe Malaysia team about Malaysia. Yeah, so every artist who wants to join, they will create the stories or any artworks that relates to the team. Yeah, so when things comes, like we continue to produce it, and compounding it, it's actually become bigger. We can't see it at the beginning. It starts small. But if you imagine you compound it, like 1 artist, 2 artists, 3 artists, and 1 artist continuing doing like 5 teams, how many? I think you can imagine how much zine we already produced so far.
Okay. In terms of your group, it is successful. I mean, if you can get that sale by 30 people, right? Which is fantastic. But if anybody in this group wants to participate, are they allowed, or do you have to choose them, or to invite them? Or how does it work?
Because of the previous challenge that we've been facing about the group is getting bigger and we can't control. Yeah, we can't control. I think it's the productivity and the ability to follow track on like producing their work. And some artists, maybe they are hard to find times to do the productions, and also the financial management. Yeah, So because of every challenge that we are facing right now, we actually want to control the content among the core members. Because right now we have four key members. 3 of us will commit to continue produce our own zine. Is part of the business part. And then if the business model or the way that we run is stable enough, then we will open to more artists, to join us. And let's just say for now, Eza wants to print their zine. Eza can come to us, but it depends on how we nego with the artist, like what artist wants from us and what we can provide that we can help. Like Eza, you can definitely come up with your stories, and if you need help on like how to produce the zine and how much copy that you want, and we can come with the quotations for you that is comfortable for you, and maybe we can also help to like promote, because it's also part of the business. It's risograph, it's our work, it's our archive. Yeah.
So you make an income from the sale?
For artists, my income is from my daily job. And right now because the previous business model is not the business, it's like a community, it's collaboration with the artists. We just want to make things happen. But right now, because we already have the risograph machine, and we really need to look seriously that how we can turn this into a business, but in the same time, help the artists, profit the business, and also not out of like the aim of to promote local zine culture. Yeah.
So your business is the lithography?
This is our new business. This is my business. My own income source is from my wishes and illustrations. Yeah, commercial.
No, don't worry about it. For this zine you're talking about.
Yeah.
Lithography, right?
Risography. RISO.
Risography, right?
Yeah. Risograph. Yeah.
That's your business.
Yeah, this is one of my business, yes.
Okay. So you make money from the printing?
Yeah, we will, because I just joined them in November.
No. Let's say you invite Eza to come in. She pays 300 or 400, whatever. You use that to print?
Yeah.
You print yourself?
Yeah, we print ourselves.
With this lithography machine?
Yes. We are the printer.
So that's the model, right?
Yeah.
And then the idea of selling it to other people, that only the marketing part.
Also, yeah.
Your cost is covered by the artist.
It's a printing service. Because No, sorry. I want to say that because the printing service is, we encourage the previous one, we encourage artists to self-publish, and all the profits is not come to us. It's for artists. It's like, okay, artists pay 300 to print, as I say, 300 to print, and what we have sell, we help to them to sell, like 90 ringgit, is all go to the artist, it's just go to us. So there's no money in to the community. But for right now, we as a core member, as a key partners, we like 4 key partners like in this business, we have to produce our own zine. It's us, it's not artists. But if artists come to us, it's different things. Yeah. So it's our own product. Yeah, we create our own story, we create our own product, like different kind of zine type, and we sell. That's us in the business. If artists, it's different things, because artists, we encourage artists to self-publish their work. But for the price negotiate part is how we can help the artists and what artists can meet. And if the content is very good and we like it, maybe it's a new collaboration in a way that maybe we can what we can offer to the artists, and we can help as a platform. Yes, this is the difference. Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you.
Now, we are 15 minutes to 5. Let me show you what the value that CC has generated out of art. There's value to it in terms of the zinc that she's talking about. And then the value to the artist, if they participate. But they also make a success of the sale of the product. Am I right, see?
As an artist, it depends on the artist.
No, the artist is one side.
Yeah.
I'm talking about you as a business person, measured in terms of dollars and cents. And that is defined as your goal, right? No?
Yeah.
So if you and your partner make a profit out of this, that's success to you then.
Yes. In the business, yes.
Yeah, in the business. And so the risk is, there's probably not much risk, right?
There is.
The risk is not selling it,
the
product.
Yeah, basically.
But if you work with the artists who pay in advance, there is no risk involved because it's only printing process. Correct? Now, that's when you cut down the risk in the business.
Okay.
By bringing in artists who pay for the paint in advance. I know? That covers it. But you're not interested in that. You're interested in producing your own zinc to sell to the market.
Yes.
And that too is more or less calculated risk because your cost is a few cents, a few ringgit. Then you sell at 19. The margin is enough to cover your overheads. So you have calculated the risk.
Okay.
I mean, this is what we're talking about, and this is you have to make sure the risk is carefully calculated in order for you to go into business.
Okay.
And those people who are not able to measure success may want to use my dollars and cents as a guide to measure success. It is not enough to be able to distribute the number of booklets or books you have, but those books should be bringing some money to you. That's another element of success. The first level is, of course, people like me, I write stories. I write short stories. I win awards. That for me is success. But the short stories, I have never published to print to circulate with people. You understand? Huh? So that's another element of success which I have not explored because that's monetary reward. The award for winning the story ends there in terms of, let's say, benefit for, since I was in short story for Australian Right Tales or what, I was given 1 week holiday, paid for expense, everything. That's satisfying for me to be able to win to write a story and win an award. If I publish that, then I extend the level of satisfaction when I'm able to sell the book. But the risk is coming with the money to print for the book myself. Unless I find MPH publisher, for example, that's willing to publish to cover my costs, reduce the risk, but at the same time, they make the profit, I get part of it. I've not done that. But I've done with a lot of textbook that I wrote, where Oxford University Press and other presses come up with the money, print, sell, and I get a percentage of the sale. That really no risk of me, from me as an artist who publishes books. Do you follow, Sissy?
Yeah.
Now, I have all in one sentence, explain to you profit, risk, value, and measurement of success. In my story, as a short story writer and a textbook writer, an artist, but not a canvas. I do that on a typewriter or on a computer, word processor. Okay, we're almost time. Any last few questions before I do a summary? Anybody who has not spoken at all for one whole almost 5 hours today? And if I say like that, the person's not going to say anything. Don't feel guilty. Anybody? Hafiz, want to say something, Hafiz? Zunun tutup terus dia punya kamera. Tak nampak. Putri ada sini ya? Zunun, Putri. I don't have the list of all these people. I know that some of the, don't feel offended if I say this, some of the students who are at ITM do not speak English. Cannot speak English. Don't want to speak English. So please, this time, speak English for the next few minutes. I'm going to close up in 10 minutes now. No? Bunga is off the air now. I don't see anybody else. Do we see anybody else, Hafiz? Hafiz? No, no Hafiz. Amira? No, Amira. Aisha still there. I can see Sisi, of course, is all right, since nobody is interested, let me tell you what we did today. We cover what art entrepreneurship is all about. I have given you a case study of a great artist and a perfect entrepreneur. You cannot find another example like that. He's superb. So I have also discussed with you other elements which could make you be successful. We have not totally explored everybody's SWOT analysis, but I do have your copies. Those who have not sent, please do so. And I would like you also to evaluate today's program by going to Google Form. Otherwise, Adam will be very upset with you. He come up with the idea, he wants the Google Form to be completed, sent to me in a few seconds. And also, life story, your life story. I have plans of producing a life story of all these 20 ITs in this group. Maybe I'll ask Sisi to publish for me. Might pay for the cost first in advance. If I don't make too many, I can make 20 copies and I share with everybody. Plus the National Art Gallery and so on and so forth.
Thank you.
I can pay 300 ringgit. It's a 19 pages, 19, 20 pages or something.
Yeah,
How many pages is it?
20 pages is the
20 pages.
Yeah,
20 pages on 20 artists, 1 page per artist. Fantastic. Actually, in all the programs I have run in the last 3 years, before we finish or by the time we finish, we have a booklet on everybody's bio, their artist statement, and some example of their work, so that when we go out, we can share this. I'm planning to share you and your work with a bank, a very big bank in Malaysia, so that your work can be exhibited in all these banks and promote it to the customers. Maybe that's a way of, Eza, maybe that's a way of extending your market to reach the higher audience. So the bankers may be able to afford more. Customers who use this bank has higher net worth and more disposable income. Okay. The other thing I have to tell you is, this might be my last program with you online. I'm sending my notice to the National Art Gallery tomorrow to tell them that I am not satisfied the way of online coaching. It's not the real thing, not the way I run it. And also, it's obvious that it's very taxing on my tender age of 47 to be doing this every time. It takes a lot of effort, a lot of preparation. I do not think it is as effective as having it face-to-face. They have suggested that I do this over 6 days and 6 hours a day, which is 36 hours. But the preparation time to do for every lecture is about 7 days. Then I have a setup course. Takes time to get this up. I have my cameraman, I have a crew, and I have a director and producer. It's very demanding. But if I want face-to-face, if and when we can meet again, it's easier because there's no other additional cost. I do not want to do from my house because I don't have the equipment. I tried this phone last week. Even then, I have to connect to the one in the studio here. Otherwise, it eats into like 2.8 gigabyte of data. That's plenty of data. It cuts into so I also know that many of the participants who are in the rural areas are not benefiting from this online discussion. And I sympathize with them because some of them don't have Wi-Fi. They have to come up with their own money to go on this. These are incidental, which I think the National Art Gallery should look into. Because kesian, you know what to say, I sympathize with the poor artists. It's bad enough they're poor, then they have to subsidize the National Art Gallery to go online and buying airtime, data time, data costs. So it's been a pleasure knowing you, and I hope every success. But I tell you something, I am here with you throughout your journey as going to be an entrepreneur. If you need anything, text me or write to me or email to me. I will be glad to help you. But what I have told you about the bank, about the art gallery, that at National Art Gallery, not National Gallery, at the Emerging Artist Gallery at Four Seasons, will still be there for you. I am still here for you. But this program, like this, is suspended. With that, I say goodbye. Thank you very much for being with us. Bye-bye.
Thank you, Doctor.
We're off.
Okay, thank you, Doctor.
Thank you.
Thank you, Doctor. It's so inspiring.
Switch off the camera then. Camera's on. Thank you very much.
Oh, sorry.